How would you define the best smallmouth fishing on the planet? Is it the average size of fish being caught? The number of fish you're able to catch in a day? The ease that it all happens? Or a combination of it all? Over the next 3 days, we'll take you out on the remote waters of Georgian Bay as we discover some of the best smallmouth bass fishing we've ever experienced. Big fish, cast after cast. If this isn't some of the best bass fishing on the planet, it's gotta be close. Welcome back to another episode in our hunt for the giants of Georgian Bay. It's day 2 in our 3-day big fish tournament. Today is all about eliminating water, expanding on the areas where we found fish yesterday, and narrowing in on where the big fish are hiding. We're starting in an area that has been productive in the past, but we didn't fish it yesterday. Okay.
1.89. Big fat belly on him. Another one. You got him. Is he netty?
Chonker.
Nice.
Just like yesterday, the fish are in extremely shallow water, right where the wind or current is pushing into shore, and the tube bite is on fire.
Hey, back.
Little guy. Hey. Is she net worthy? Maybe. That sounded heavy.
Not a bad one.
That's a nice one. Ooh. Coder. Good?
Not even bad one either. They're the same size.
7. Not heating up. Ooh. Picked up. That one, same, literally right there. I just reeled it in quick to try to get it back in, and then it hit. 9.
Another productive area, but we're going to keep moving and see what else we can learn. We cover a lot of new water and only learn that we shouldn't waste our time here, at least on this trip. So we start heading back to where we had success yesterday to see if we can expand on it a bit. If you're a casual angler, you may be wondering how others are able to get on fish so quickly. We can assure you it's not as easy as you think, but it's also not as hard. We are only weekend anglers ourselves with limited amounts of time, but even tournament professionals need a few days to figure out the patterns themselves. Watch any YouTube series that follows the pros and they will talk about how sometimes their practice sucked. And this isn't an afternoon, but up to 3 days before a 3 or 4 day event. If you had 7 days on the water, you'd be able to figure things out and start catching fish too. But you likely are only on the water on weekends, and maybe not even every weekend. So everything is different each time you get on the water and you have to start over. The biggest difference between the successful and unsuccessful anglers is how quickly they adjust. When things aren't working, they make changes, sometimes big changes, and they do it quickly. If the fish are there, you'll usually know pretty quick and get a sign. It could be a bite, a follow, seeing them with your eyes, or on the electronics. Sometimes just seeing bait. It only takes one good spot and a few minutes to make a day, so don't get stuck fishing what isn't working. The water is a few degrees colder today than it was yesterday. The fish seem to have moved on. So should we.
You think they're just moving with the warm water? So now if you find this, we're in 62 again, we'll catch them. That's a good one, Georgian. Still down for
Just like yesterday, the fish are relating to the warmest water around. As soon as we get into that optimal range, we start hooking up. The more we fish, the more obvious it becomes that it's a tube jig bite, and the more we start to throw it. Early summer and early fall can be some of the best times of the year to throw a tube jig, as this is when crayfish spawn and become the most vulnerable to predator smallmouth. If you watched our previous videos, we showed footage of gobies underwater. After reviewing this, we couldn't help but note how similar in color they were to the sand. This is not a typical green pumpkin or brown, but a light gold color. We took this information and picked out tube jigs to match the hatch for this trip. And well, they're killing it.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a big one right there. Holy. Yeah, that's straight to where the creek comes.
told you. .29 kilograms.
I thought we had to get a picture of the week. Oh.
As long as it's 2.2 pounds in a kilogram, then we're 5.03. Yeah. Fast. Nicely done, nice guy. I told you there was a big one.
We're jealous of your smallmouth.
Well, it's on camera. I gotta make it look good. Too late. By about 2 minutes. 5.03. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pictures or it didn't happen?
We got a picture.
Yeah.
Not of the scale, but.
Well, you got the scale. Son of a you're just coming here.
How'd you guys do?
So you got a 5-pounder.
Got a 5-pounder.
Oh, there you go. 6-pounder.
No, a little lighter.
Yeah, it's got shoulders on it. Must be what, the current pushing them in here or what?
Must be.
Yeah, I think so. I think they swim in this way, like the winter in here. I don't know. Because we weren't catching out at the other end, and then we started moving in. We came in that other channel, and just every shallow gravel bit beside the channel, we'd get a bunch.
Right on. Double header, gotta like it.
You guys doing all right? You guys go back over to?
We went south. We went to again.
Oh yeah.
Got into a couple, but it was nothing spectacular.
Yeah, they got a good pipe. Every spot's loaded with weeds, like just like so thick. That's another good one.
We're not doing that, Zach.
Holy toad. Yeah, 1.8 kilograms.
Oh my god, you and your stupid conversion.
I can't change it. The screen's not good enough. It doesn't recognize me.
Oh my god.
Like a 4-pounder.
Alright, well, thanks for nothing.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, we're just gonna stay here and watch the game.
When the bite is this good, it's hard to switch baits, but it can also be a good opportunity to gain confidence in a new bait or figure out how it works when you know there are hungry fish around. New presentation can also be the thing that gets the bigger fish to bite, so we decide to pick up a crankbait. Try and
Still following it.
hey, catch. Figure 8 smallmouth. This is something I've done a few times now over the years. At first it happened as a reflex for musky fishing, but now I just try it all the time if there's a follower while using a crankbait.
Stung them all.
seems like we could fish this spot as long as we want and the fish would just keep biting. But we're going to keep expanding on the area and see what we can come up with. There's a few more fingers with shallow gravel and current coming through just like this one, not too far away. And I'm betting they're on fire.
Oh, that looks like a good road down there.
See him?
There's that.
This bite is absolutely insane. Every cast is a bite or a fish, and we're trying to keep our baits away from the smaller fish we can spot with our eyes.
Cool. Oh, take that, he says. That was a better one. Not long, but cheap fat. That's it. That's another 4 pounds. Probably, eh?
Yep.
This fishing is insane. Right there. Little guy, you. I don't want you. You're not the one I wanted. There's got to be like a great big 6-pounder in here somewhere.
I would think so.
Maybe right there. Nope. Just another 3. Oh, there's a guy following them.
Just another.
Cody, this is up. It's like every cast.
We've got to start figuring out what the big ones are going to eat. So far, the sand colored tube seems to be getting the most and biggest bites, but we're going to keep experimenting. This is the first time ever using the Z-Man Gobius, and I'm going to work it just like I have been with the tube, popping and dragging it along bottom.
Wow, first cast with it. Two casts, 2 fish. They're all small, but
I guess it works.
get 'em.
Fun isn't even on the right level to describe this fishing, and it's hard to capture just how insane the bite is. Almost every cast getting action for hours at a time.
Another nice 3-pounder, but
Cody is taking the lead in the tourney, but with dozens of 4-pound fish being caught by everyone in the group, a bigger one is bound to be caught. We've locked our sights in on where the fish are, and tomorrow is shaping up to be another epic day on the water.